Redacted. The dictionary describes it as to edit for publication. Edit as in change, altered even? I think so. Now, I know this is for text, but I'll be taking it at face value. Using a mixture of timeline logic from Marvel and Back to the Future, we can assume that when Jones went back in time and altered everything, it created a timeline where he didn't belong, just as Marty McFly almost did when he temporarily made his parents not end up together. When Jones vanishes from existence, the timeline begins to vanish slowly. This is where the Marvel timeline logic works its way in. Jones is what's known in Marvel as an anchor being. When they disappear or die, the timeline begins to vanish with them. This is where our new timeline becomes relevant. The Big Bang wasn't just another black hole event. It continues from the new timeline, the one Jones caused when he altered OG. He created a branch timeline, one where things were different. Vengeance Jones is someone we never knew, a Jones who went through different events than we did. In Season OG, only part of the ice moon hit the island, thanks to Kevin never exploding, causing the storm that hit the ice moon. This is why the Devourer was able to show up in 0 Hour. He was still on the ice moon in this new timeline. This moved Mecha Team Leader's inevitable creation all the way to Chapter 3, where the Seven used the unused blueprint to build Mecha Team Commander. This is how it was able to appear in 0 Hour unharmed. As you can see, the arm piece is still attached. In this timeline, Jones still goes to get the hunters, but when he sends reality logs, he actually gets contacted back. Let's talk Zero Crisis. The 0 point is unstable. Sloan has Jones go in on a battle bus. In this timeline, it's to draw the attention of the Seven. Jones is thrown into the loop. The IO quickly takes him out. He wonders what is going to happen to him and Sloan, but she assures him everything will be okay. Jones is promoted in this timeline, becoming a member of the Inner Circle. He doesn't have to worry about escaping capture. Then we move to Chapter 2, Season 8. The last reality chose a different champion. In this alternate timeline, the Cube Queen was different. She had different armor. Now, this might not seem like a lot, but small changes do alter a lot. The end event happens as normal, but the island is flipped by the Foundation instead. In this timeline, Jones worked with Sloan and betrayed the Seven. In this timeline, Jones ran. Jones says that he ran and didn't fight. He's referring to this event. In this timeline, Sloan wanted Jones to draw the attention of the Seven as a last-ditch effort, him being promoted for it instead of being captured. He didn't betray his oath. This led to the Foundation never needing to save Jones, instead locking Jones and Sloan in the room so he could flip the island. In this timeline, the paradigm is by the Foundation's side. As the Seven never had to fight with her, it created the ability to advance further without the conflict. This is where Amy 2.0 comes in. The scientist finishes the Amy AI faster in this timeline, thanks to them never having to fight with the paradigm. In this timeline, the AI is built into their suits. Now on to Chapter 3, Season 2. The paradigm comes back to the island and helps build the mecha. Using the old blueprints the scientist was given by the Singularity, she builds the mecha to defeat the IO. But in this timeline, they didn't have Jones. The Collider in this timeline had its shield still enabled. The Foundation wasn't able to disable it. The Imagine still finds her way to Geno, wiping him out. But the Foundation was so focused on the shield that by the time he found his way through the caves and blasted up to the 0 point, it hits the crystals as he gets to it. Then he's blasted back. The island is wiped out, but it didn't cause the end. When the island was destroyed, the last reality sees their chance. They send the Herald to try and bring the 0 point in. She forms the reality tree on a chunk of the destroyed island. It drains the energy from the 0 point. Then the Herald seals herself and the island pieces in chrome as she did before. The Foundation, the Origin, the Scientist, and the Visitor are left hopeless, all of them knocked out, but alive. The Paradigm in this timeline went to her home reality during the end event. She learns of Zero Fusion early. She calls the 0 point to her location, so the Herald can't take it. The 0 point then pulls the Foundation, the Origin, the Scientist, and the Visitor with it. Fracture occurs as normal. This is why the Visitor criticizes our 7. The 7 in his reality's goal wasn't to free the 0 point, it was to take it under new management. Unfortunately, they were never able to get to it in time. Then Chapter 4. It goes as normal. The seasons go through. Sloane in the tank, thanks to her hiding inside when the island blew up. In this timeline, the Herald is a threat during Season 3, thanks to her actually having enough time to reform. During Season 2, the tree is mixed with tranquil waters, thanks to Serenade. This time, the tree sets since Season 1. This led to the Herald breaking free from the tree. Then she takes off to notify the last reality of the new location of the 0 point. Then we get to Season 4. In this timeline, it happens in Season 2. It's not Kato Thorne though. In this timeline, a different revenant vampire is sent. Carletta. A female vampire is sent. She doesn't possess a time machine. In this timeline, time travel is never needed. The Big Bang still happens because of Jones in the original timeline. In this timeline, Jones never fought back. He never defied the Order, and he never broke free from their control. He was forced to betray the 7, never becoming the legend he was meant to be. Now this Jones has a chance to become the person he never did. This is why he is so obsessed with saving the 7. It's his fate to become the hero the new timeline never let him become. Now let's make OG make sense. It's the 0 point's way of preserving the original timeline. In OG, people who are mandatory to the storyline return. The Visitor, Drift, Calamity, Dire, Lynx, and even the Ice King. For the timeline to stay intact, the 0 point is rebuilding it in the present day. OG is rebuilding the timeline using the people it once knew to recreate past events. It allows for the 0 point to build up its strength till its inevitable reconstruction state the Dark Voyager is doing as we speak. The timeline needs to be rebuilt for the 0 point to be back at its full strength. This is why since Chapter 5, we have been hopping from reality to reality. The 0 shards are pulling everyone known by the 0 point to their location. The shards are doing what the 0 point was forced to do for years by the imagined order. The 0 point is doing what it was taught. It has links to the people it has encountered over the years. The beings are just stuck with being attached. The Blitz Rift is the Dark Voyagers, the Red Butterfly too. He sent them to link himself to realities. This is why the OG rifted items went to different game modes before they went to their original locations, from Chapter 1, Season 5. They attached to the links before the rift sent them to their correct location. The Blitz Rift acts as a direct link. First, he brought the locations from Chapter 4 map back together in his own little bubble. This allowed for him to drain the remnants of the 0 point's power left behind so he could grow strong enough for his inevitable plan. Now Phase 2 of his plan. He sends the Rift Butterfly to attach itself to the rocket. This makes it so the cube can be fused with Havoc, putting it in attack mode, then seeping its way into the 0 point's core, creating an easy way to scan the realities with the 0 shards in them. This makes it so he knows what realities to travel to retrieve the 0 shards. From the in-between, the 0 point knows where each shard is. This is why the cube was scanning the realities we see in the in-between during the Chapter 1 Season 6 event. Now just remember, this is purely speculation and has no ground, but the evidence is stacking up, and this is my conclusion on the Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 1 storyline.